What is this?
A society where 23-year-olds with 4-year college degrees and like initiative who aren't smoking weed every day, if they can't make enough to buy a car, much less a home, much less get married, much less have children, then why should you be surprised when half of them say they prefer socialism?
Well,
you should not be surprised.
I agree to a certain extent. I think that the question is when the pedal hits the metal. Like you talk in the book about technology and how it's shifting and taking away jobs from folks. Yes. And you make specific reference to truck driving and the fact that there are going to be these automated cars on the roads. So would you, Tucker Carlson, be in favor of restrictions on the ability of trucking companies to use this sort of technology specifically to, sort of artificially maintain the number of jobs that are available in the trucking industry?
Are you joking? In a second. In a second. In other words, if I were president, when I say to DOT, to Department of Transportation, we're not letting driverless trucks on the road, period. Why? Really simple. Driving for a living is the single most common job for high school educated men in this country, in all 50 states. By the way, that's the same group whose wages have gone down by 11% over the past 30 years.
This clip is like 4 years old. Yeah, guys, don't get suckered into the talking points. What we're looking at here is two retards fighting, okay? Tucker Carlson is invoking a kind of phony, folksy American blue-collar populism. The idea that, no matter what happens, jobs are what matter. And if you neocons, that's what he's saying to Ben, if you neocons are taking away everyone's jobs in the pursuit of ultimate economic efficiency, then where is life even? But in reality, Tucker Carlson doesn't offer solutions to these problems. Having the DOT, bar the development of innovative strategies for trucking in order to artificially keep jobs so the rest of the world races ahead. Literally. So what he's literally saying, he would, through administrative action, make it illegal to use more advanced technology in order to do trucking shit. When, any sane socialist perspective here would just be like, okay, well, maybe if all these profits are being generated with basically no human involvement, maybe those profits shouldn't be singly controlled by the people who own the trucking company. Maybe they should be distributed to the masses. Maybe we should be looking at democratic ownership. But that would be actual socialism. And he can't advocate for that because Tucker Carlson is ultimately a slave to billionaires. He's a puppet for them, a mouthpiece. So when he says, how can you be surprised young people are turning to socialism? The socialism he's referring to is an abstract nihilistic rejection of neoliberalism. It's a countervailing force to Ben Shapiro's economic efficiency. What it is not is actual socialism. And of course, Ben Shapiro here is just being a neocon, which means that his economic prescriptions are probably well aligned when it comes to GDP maximization, but they don't serve to, keep people healthy, happy, and employed. Isn't it still a step towards the right direction? No. That would be like saying that you want to make farming illegal because so many people are making their living off of hunting. And it takes more people hunting to sustain a population than people farming. So you keep people from developing civilization because it would mean but in reality, it turns out when you have a smaller number of people able to fulfill a task that previously required a larger number of people, like what we did with food acquisition, with agriculture, all those people who no longer have to spend their days hunting or trucking, in this case, can spend it doing other things. The problem is, obviously, we're just not orienting society around those systems. We're not respecting the basic process of efficiency and resource distribution. We're letting everything pile in the hands of the people who just happen to be in charge of the companies that got the innovative automation tech. So do not be swayed by Tucker Carlson's phony socialism, my friends. Embrace the real product.
Social cost of eliminating their jobs in a 10-year span, 5-year span, 30-year span is so high that it's not sustainable. So I want you to think about that for a second. What he's saying right here is, it isn't economically sustainable to automate trucking because then you'd have all these people without their jobs. Here's the question. How does that work out mathematically? The profits of the trucking industry would stay as high or even get higher, and they wouldn't have to pay the wages of the people they laid off. So the money that would have gone to those people still exists. It just exists in the hands of the bourgeoisie, the corporate owners of those trucking companies. So what if we just
took the money and pushed it somewhere else. You know, what if there was a system that we could use to take money from wealthy people and give it to less wealthy people? I'm racking my mind right now. Oh, but that's right. Tucker Carlson can't advocate for taxes, can he? Because he's a puppet for billionaires. He can't do that. So instead, he has to do this. Yeah, actually, the best thing we can do is use administrative action to block innovative technologies. That's great. That's a good idea. Anything to prevent higher taxes on the wealthy. Anything.
So the greater good is protecting your citizens from, look, capitalism is the best economic system I can think of.
Do not be lured by his phony socialism.
I think that anyone's ever thought of, but that doesn't mean that it's a religion and everything about it is good.
No, but
there's no Nicene Creed of capitalism that I have to buy into. What I care about is living in a country where, you know, decent people can live happy lives, actually. And so,
no, he doesn't. Every candidate he's ever supported, every policy he's ever pushed for, they harm you, they hurt us, they hurt Americans, they hurt non-Americans, they hurt white people, they hurt non-white people, they hurt Jews, they hurt Gentiles, they hurt men, they hurt women, they hurt everybody. The only group of people that his policies do not hurt are the bourgeoisie, and that is it.
No, I would say immediately, no, are you joking? And I maybe would make up some pretext for public consumption, like, oh, they're dangerous. The technology is not quite finessed. No. But the truth would be, I don't want to put 10 million men out of work because you're going to have 10 million dead families.
Why? The money that was sustaining them would still exist. It's just in a bank account controlled by the person who owned the trucking company. It's just the wealth that would have gone to their families is just wrapped up in the stock price of the company that laid them off. It's still there. You just have to take it.
And the cascading effect from that will wreck your country.
Nice. I know how that was being framed as like a win for Tucker Carlson. What do you think about a mandatory pension system where a company pays 100% of a worker's salary, then matches a percentage of that salary from when they leave the company to sustain them in between jobs or after retiring, perhaps doubled when automated out of work? I think I'd rather that come from the government than through the corporation. And just have like more money funneled from the corporation to the government, just because I feel like that'd make it a bit easier, I think, to standardize. We have unemployment pay right now, but right now, dude, unemployment is dog shit. How much is unemployment even? I don't know. I'm streaming, you know? How much does unemployment pay? I know it varies, but like, okay, for the state of Washington, the official maximum weekly benefit amount is $999. Oh, wait, there's like math you have to do. Dude, what the fuck? Math? That's crazy. Okay, it's like based on previous wages. We calculate your weekly wage. You take the amount calculated in step 1, multiplied by 4. Average of 2 highest quarters, multiplied by 0.0385. Estimated weekly wage, weekly benefit amount. Yeah, so the most you could get is $1,000 a week, but that's not likely at all. I feel like that's relatively generous. Like, even having the upper bounds there. What about California? It's also limited for how long you can collect. Okay, in California, it ranges from 40 to 450. Dude, even if we take the maximum, $450 a week is nothing. That's nothing. That's $1,800 a month, which in California, first of all, more than half of that is going to $1,800 a month. Okay, you're lucky if your rent is less than $1,800 a month. We'll just assume you're splitting an apartment with like 16 roommates and say that you pay $1,000 a month in you know, for your studio apartment where you all sleep in like bunk beds or whatever. And then the rest of that is like, you could barely pay groceries. It's just insane. Yeah, also like getting unemployment benefits is jumping through hoops. You have to like, every day you have to show up at the unemployment office and you have to suck the guy's dick. And you have to be like, here are 17 CVs that I've filled out. Can I please have my weekly pay? And they're like, no, you need fucking 20 more. It's not good. And not even to speak of the way we treat disability benefits, where if you have more than $2,000 in assets, you don't even get those benefits. So if you're disabled, you literally can't. So that's not $2,000 in the bank or in income, in assets. meaning that if you're disabled and all the stuff you own combined is worth more than $2,000, so if you own, for example, a nice computer or a car, or you try to save money at all, you don't get disability benefits. You literally have to be like eating dirt to survive in order to get disability benefits. How does that account for depreciation of goods? Fuck you is what the people at the disability benefits office would say to you. If you asked them that question, they would laugh and then they would shoot you and beat you to death, is what they would do. It is not that harsh. I live on disability. It does not help when you go hyperbolic on this. Disability benefits 2,000 cap. SSI beneficiaries may have no more than $2,000 in assets for individuals and $3,000 for couples with certain exceptions. Because beneficiaries typically have no other source of income, more than half receive the basic monthly SSI benefit, which in 2023 is $914 for a month with no other source of income. Great. Yeah, I'm right. Your countable resources must not be worth more than $2,000, or you don't get your $900 a month. Great country. No Xbox for you. An Xbox One X would literally be like 1/5 of the total moneyed asset acquisition you are legally allowed to have in your possession in total without having your disability benefits cut. Yeah, seriously, DM, and good luck getting a lawyer for that. Like, you know, with the amount of money you'd have to have. You're getting SSI and SSDI mixed up. No, I'm reading this right now. SSI benefits is what I'm saying. SSI beneficiaries may not have any more than this, that, the other. SSDI doesn't have an asset limit. Okay, but I'm talking about SSI. Why? I'm talking about SSI. Yeah, Social Security disability insurance is different. You would have had to have worked and paid Social Security taxes for that to kick in. SSI is just like the money the government gives you for being retarded. The SSDI is something, it's paying back, you know? I think the government should pay retarded people millions, personally. They deserve it more than I do. Do you have taken Social Security? To my knowledge, it's really retarded, like the system is good. Yeah, Social Security is pretty bad. I mean, it's better than, like, not having it, but yeah, it's pretty bad. But you're also retarded? Yeah, I guess.